Has it ever happened that you want something with all your might, but it seems like the universe just isn't listening? As if, no matter how much you asked, nothing changed? This doesn't mean that the law of attraction doesn't work, but that maybe you're asking the wrong way. The key to manifesting your desires is not passive waiting or desperate hope, but aligning your energy with what you want to attract. The universe does not respond to doubts or scarcity, but to absolute certainty. This means that instead of begging for change, you need to vibrate at the frequency of what you want. Does it seem complicated? In fact, it's a natural process when you learn to use the power of your mind to your advantage. And best of all, anyone can do it. You just need to know the right principles and apply them in everyday life. In this video, you will discover how to effectively manifest your dreams by eliminating limiting beliefs, using visualization correctly, and taking inspired actions that will accelerate your results. If you're ready to break out of the doldrums and activate a flow of abundance, keep watching. The universe is already listening. The question is, are you sending the right message? Certainty is one of the most powerful forces you can access when manifesting your desires. When you are sure that something is going to happen, your energy automatically aligns with what you are trying to attract. Instead of living in expectation of a maybe, choose to live in the definitely. This creates a vibrational space that connects directly to the universe. The key here is not just what you think, but how you feel about what you want. Doubt blocks the flow of abundance. Certainty opens the doors so that the universe can act. When you manifest with clarity and certainty, the frequency you emit is different from that of someone who is acting out of desperation or insecurity. Imagine someone asking for something in fear of not being heard. This person's energy is out of alignment with what they really want. The universe, which responds to the frequency of emotions and intentions, ends up reflecting this mismatch. Therefore, to attract what you want, action is fundamental, but the certainty that the universe will deliver what you ask for is the first step towards manifestation. Certainty comes from trusting the process and understanding that the universe is always working in your favor, even when you don't see results right away. You can visualize your goal with emotion, feel gratitude for what is yet to come, but the key is to keep your vibration stable without wavering in insecurities. When you place your intention in the field of certainty, you begin to align your actions with what you really want. This alignment between mind, emotions, and actions creates a magnetic energy that attracts what is rightfully yours. Remember, the true magic of manifestation lies in complete confidence, with no room for doubt. The universe works tirelessly to meet your needs, and how you connect with it is what determines whether the results will be quick or slow. Therefore, whenever you feel insecurity or doubt, take a deep breath, reconnect with the certainty that what you want is already yours, and watch the universe conspire in your favor. Now, let's see how clarity of intentions can further increase your ability to attract what you want. Clarity in your intentions is essential for effective manifestation. When you are specific about what you want, your energy aligns with that desire more precisely. Imagine that the universe is a large network that captures signals. The clearer your signal, the easier it is for it to deliver what you want. Instead of simply wanting something vague like, I want to be rich, turn that desire into something concrete like, I want to earn $10,000 a month doing what I love. This not only helps focus your mind, but also intensifies the frequency you emit. When you set a clear goal, you're not just setting an objective, you're creating a map for the universe to follow. Specificity conveys confidence and certainty, two essential elements for the manifestation to happen. For example, if you want to be healthier, say something like, I feel healthy, have renewed energy, and my body is functioning at its best. It is not enough to wish for health in a generic way. You need to visualize a specific state and vibrate at that frequency. The universe responds to this clarity with much faster results. A lack of clarity, on the other hand, can result in confusion. If you say, I want to be rich, but don't define how, where, or in what way, the universe can send you a series of possibilities that don't correspond exactly to what you want. Manifestation needs precise targeting. By being clear, You are also training your mind to visualize the future in an aligned and motivated way. When your thoughts, emotions, and intentions are on the same frequency, the attraction of your desires happens naturally and powerfully. However, it is important to remember that clarity of intentions is not just about words. It should also be in your energy and your attitude. If, when defining your goals, you feel insecure or doubt that it is possible, this energy of insecurity will be reflected in the results. The secret is to state your desires with confidence, as if they were already a reality. This way, you begin to attract everything you need to make those desires come true. Now that you're clear on what you want, let's explore how your emotions can be the key to manifesting more powerfully. Emotions are one of the most powerful forces in manifesting your desires. Every emotion you feel generates a frequency that is emitted into the universe. This frequency is what determines what you attract. For example, if you live in a state of scarcity and worry, your energy will be vibrating at that same frequency. The universe, in turn, will respond by bringing more scarcity and situations that reinforce this feeling. On the other hand, when you allow yourself to feel abundance, gratitude, and joy, your frequency adjusts, and the universe begins to manifest more of these positive energies in your life. Emotions are not just momentary reactions. They are powerful signs of how you are connecting with the universe. If you are constantly feeling frustrated or hopeless, the vibration you give off is at odds with what you want. To fix this, you need to raise your emotional vibration, which you can do by practicing gratitude, visualizing your success, and most importantly, identifying and eliminating the limiting beliefs that are causing these emotional blocks. The more you align with emotions of abundance and positivity, the more you attract these same experiences. However, make no mistake, feeling good does not mean ignoring difficult times. Life has its ups and downs, but how you choose to respond to those challenges is what makes the difference. Instead of automatically reacting with frustration or fear, practice an attitude of alignment. This means focusing on the solution rather than the problem, finding something to be grateful for, even in difficult situations. This simple mindset adjustment begins to change the frequency you are sending to the universe, making it begin to align with your desires more quickly. For example, imagine you are trying to attract more money. If you feel worried about bills and debts, your predominant emotion is one of scarcity. However, if you begin to imagine yourself already financially comfortable, feeling gratitude for the prosperity that is already flowing into your life, your vibration will change. By doing this, you will be attracting abundance, as the universe responds to the energy you are emanating. Your emotions, therefore, are a direct reflection of the energy you are transmitting and, therefore, must be carefully cultivated and aligned with your goals. Now that you understand how emotions influence manifestation, let's explore the power of visualization as a tool to trigger your mind and manifest your desires. Visualization is one of the most powerful tools for manifesting your desires, and it's for a simple reason. The brain doesn't know the difference between what's real and what's imagined. When you visualize your goals clearly, your brain starts to treat them as if they were already reality. This activates the subconscious part that begins to act to make these goals possible. For example, if you see yourself earning 10,000 Brazilian reals a month every day doing what you love, your brain starts to create connections and opportunities to make this happen. He begins to direct his actions, his decisions, and even his emotions to align with this desired reality. Visualization works as a direct command to the universe. When you visualize emotionally, in vivid detail, you are sending a clear and specific message to the energetic field around you. This is like programming a GPS to where you want to go. But for visualization to be effective, it needs to be done with the certainty that it is already yours and not with the hope that something will happen. The more you connect with this visualization, the more its energy manifests in the physical world. The secret is to feel the emotion of having already achieved what you want, not as something distant, but as something present and real. Visualizing also has a significant effect on mental reprogramming. When you imagine yourself achieving your goals every day, you begin to train your mind to act on those images. The brain begins to create new empowering beliefs, which are the ones you really need to attract success. The more you practice visualization, the more it becomes natural and aligned with your desires. This creates a magnetic field that attracts the circumstances, people, and opportunities necessary for the manifestation of what you desire. So how can you get started? Choose a quiet moment of the day, close your eyes, and imagine in detail the life you want to create. Feel the emotions, as if you were already living that success, that dream. Do this regularly, with the certainty that the universe is already preparing to deliver what you visualized. Visualization is the first step to making manifestation happen, as it adjusts your frequency and mindset, creating the perfect environment for your desires to come true. Now that you understand the power of visualization, let's cover how to eliminate limiting beliefs that may be blocking your path. Limiting beliefs are like invisible barriers that prevent us from reaching our full potential. They arise throughout life, often shaped by past experiences or external influences, and can become so deeply rooted that we come to believe them as absolute truths. A classic example is the belief that money is hard to make. If this belief is present in your mind, you will be in constant alignment with scarcity without realizing it. The problem is that, by believing this, you begin to act on that thought, creating a cycle of self-sabotage that constantly reinforces itself. But the good news is that you can change that. The first step is to identify these limiting beliefs. They often manifest as automatic thoughts, such as, "I can't do it," "I don't deserve it," or "this isn't for me." A practical way to identify these beliefs is to pay attention to what you think when something good is about to happen. If you feel internal resistance or "this is too good to be true" thinking, it's a clear sign that there's a limiting belief at play. When you identify these beliefs, you can begin to actively challenge them. Challenging a limiting belief involves asking yourself, is this belief really true? For example, if you think that money is hard to make, ask yourself, are there people who make money easily? How do they do it? Am I capable of learning to do the same? By shifting your perspective and starting to look at the evidence that limiting beliefs are false, you begin to create space for new, empowering beliefs. Replace "money is hard to make" with something more aligned with abundance, like "money flows to me easily, and I am always open to new opportunities." Reprogramming your mind is a constant practice, but over time, limiting beliefs lose strength. A good way to speed up this process is to affirm daily the new empowering beliefs you want to cultivate. For example, instead of saying, "I'm not good enough for this," say, "I am capable of and deserve to achieve everything I want." These affirmations, when repeated with conviction, help to change the frequency you emit, aligning it with your desires. Remember, the universe can only respond to the energy you are sending out. If this energy is positive and full of self-confidence, you begin to attract exactly what you need. Now that you're starting to free yourself from these limiting beliefs, let's see how gratitude can be a transformative factor in your journey. Gratitude is one of the most powerful tools you can use to transform your energy and, consequently, your reality. When you practice gratitude, you shift your frequency from scarcity to abundance. Instead of focusing on what's missing, gratitude allows you to focus on the good things that are already in your life, which naturally attracts more good things. By feeling and expressing gratitude, you send a clear message to the universe that you are in tune with the abundance you desire. And best of all, the universe responds by multiplying what you are grateful for. If you're struggling to attract more abundance, a great place to start is to make it a habit to be grateful every day, even for the little things. Give thanks for the roof over your head, the food on your table, the people you love, and even the opportunities that are in front of you. When you do this, you begin to train your mind to notice the abundance around you. And when you recognize abundance, you activate a vibration of reception, which causes the universe to bring you even more reasons to be grateful. Remember that gratitude is not just for what you already have, but also for what is yet to come. This is a powerful secret to keeping your vibration high and aligned with your desires. For example, if you want more financial success, practice gratitude for every small financial victory you already have and for everything that comes in the future. This helps keep your mind focused on abundance and visualize that prosperity is already flowing to you, even if it has not yet fully manifested. Additionally, gratitude can also help dispel feelings of fear or anxiety that often arise when pursuing our dreams. By focusing on what is already right and what has already been achieved, you free yourself from the scarcity mentality and begin to realize that the universe is already working in your favor. This change in focus creates positive energy that, when emitted, attracts everything you want into your life. Now that you're ready to transform your energy with gratitude, let's talk about how to take inspired action to move toward your goals. Manifestation is not just a passive process of waiting for the universe to deliver what you asked for. Instead, the universe constantly sends you signs, opportunities, and intuitive impulses to help you achieve your goals. However, you need to be aware and willing to act. Inspired actions are those that come from a place of trust and alignment, when you feel like you are doing what needs to be done without forcing anything. These actions may seem small or even intuitive, but they have the power to open doors you never imagined. Sometimes what stops people from taking inspired action is doubt or fear. When you are in tune with your intention and the energy of the universe, you begin to realize that opportunities are not coincidences. They are signs that you are on the right path. For example, if you're envisioning a new career and suddenly you find a job opening that seems perfect, it's no coincidence. The inspired action would be to take the initiative to apply, even if you still have doubts or insecurities. The universe is telling you that this opportunity is aligned with your desires. It is important to understand that taking inspired action does not mean acting out of pressure or desperation. Often, the best decisions come when you follow an intuitive impulse, that gut feeling you feel, but that may be being ignored by the rational mind. These moments of inspiration are like signs of your alignment with your purpose and the desires you are manifesting. The trick is to trust these impulses and act, knowing that the universe is on your side, supporting your choices. However, it is also essential to practice patience. Sometimes opportunities may not present themselves immediately, and you may begin to feel frustrated. Remember that manifestation is a process, and every action you take with confidence and alignment helps move things toward what you want. The secret is to trust the process and always act with the intention of moving forward, without putting pressure on time or expecting immediate results. When you do this, the universe actually begins to open doors for you. Now that you know how to act in an inspired way, let's talk about the importance of trusting the manifestation process. Trusting the manifestation process is one of the biggest challenges for anyone pursuing their dreams. We live in a society that values immediate action and the need to control everything. But the real magic happens when you let go of the reins and trust that the universe has a perfect plan for you. Manifestation does not occur in your time, but in divine time. And what you must do is align yourself with the energy of what you want, without forcing or rushing the process. When you act with patience, you give space for things to happen naturally, at the right time. Excessive control often comes from a place of fear or insecurity. Many people feel frustrated because they don't see quick results, but in reality, what they need to do is trust that everything is happening as perfectly as possible. For example, if you're voicing a new job, perhaps the process involves learning new skills or changing perspective before receiving an offer. This preparation time is part of the divine process, and by trusting it, you place yourself in a position of greater peace and acceptance. It is also important to understand that challenges and obstacles are part of the manifestation process. Often, they arise to align you with what is really needed to achieve your goal. For example, if you are going through a difficult period, this could be an opportunity for mental reprogramming, breaking limiting beliefs and growth. The secret is not to see these challenges as blocks, but as part of the path that is taking you to what you want. By trusting this learning process, you strengthen your connection to the energy of the universe. Ultimately, Trusting the process is trusting yourself and the universe's ability to deliver what you need at the right time. Faith in divine timing allows you to release anxiety, embrace the journey, and continue taking inspired action without rushing. True manifestation happens when you allow yourself to live the process with confidence, accepting that what is meant to be will be, and that you are always being guided to where you need to be. Now that you understand how to trust the process, you are ready to apply all the teachings to manifest your desires more effectively and confidently. Now that you've discovered the right way to manifest your desires, it's time to put everything you've learned into practice. How do you feel when you understand that the key to attracting the life you always wanted is already in your hands? Ask yourself, am I ready to align my energy with my dreams and trust the process? Every step you have taken so far has been essential in reprogramming your mind and creating the space necessary for your intentions to manifest. But the journey doesn't stop here. It's time to apply these practices with consistency and confidence so you can start seeing results. Don't wait any longer. Start now to act on your visualizations, challenge your limiting beliefs, and vibrate at the frequency of abundance. The universe is already waiting to deliver what you want, but it is you who must take the first step. If you were excited about everything you learned here, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss any more content that can transform your life even further. Your success is within reach, and the path to it begins with a simple decision. Trust yourself and the process.